I've always known this day would come. In 2017, I've been saying, own it before they do. Between 2020 and 2023, I've been screaming from the rooftops, institutional investors are coming. Own it before they do. And guess what? Institutional investors now own 3.7% of the entire cryptocurrency market. They now own between 12 to 15% of the total Bitcoin supply, with BlackRock owning 3.6% of the total supply, MicroStrategy owning 2% of the total supply. And the scary part about this is, if this trend continues, by 2030, these institutions could own up to 60% of the total Bitcoin supply. Now we have to ask ourselves, where is this ownership coming from, right? There's a limited supply. There's only 21 million Bitcoins. This is coming from you. Yes, retail traders. We once controlled the entire cryptocurrency market. But then everybody allowed institutional investors to trick people into selling. And I was just saying this morning. There's a common trend, and you know this probably happens to you as well. When you buy, the market seems to go down. And when you sell, the market seems to go up. Now, this is no coincidence, right? You see FUD online, you see, a lot of headlines, you hear about the market, the cryptocurrency market going to crash, etc. You end up selling, the institutional investors buy your bags cheap, and then 5 years from now, Bitcoin's worth $1 million. You once owned it at, $10,000. You once owned a Bitcoin at $1,000, $3,000, $100,000. And this is a common theme. So for everybody right now that's fixating on, what's going to happen? Is the market going to crash? You're playing the wrong game, because by the time you sell your entire bag and exit the market, these guys would have bought your bags dirt cheap, and before you can blink your eyelids, your bags would have 10x, 20x, 30x. Now, I'm not saying there's a time and a place to exit. Of course there is. You want to make sure you can sell, particularly altcoins, sell them at the right time, wait for the market to crash, buy back in at the lows, moving to value, etc., right? This takes skill, and it takes a lot of market knowledge, right? But with all that being said, if you play silly games, you'll win silly prizes. What game are you playing?